So yesterday I told about some of the topics, what has to be covered, what is to be going cover. So this what I want to explain. So I'm not exactly known, as I say, how much it is being covered with you, but still I will explain a better way. And yes, you might be here. The some steps is required. So I hope the people newly joined, Sunil and Manoj or someone.
Yeah,
Manoj, yeah. So I think you guys have an awareness of what is data science. Yesterday did you attend it, right? You guys attended,
yes,
right?
yeah.
So I mean, you have some knowledge on what is data science. I'm asking about what is the real time importance of the data science, how the data is getting generated, what is its importance, in many ways, how the data is getting generated. Let's make it quickly. At the same time, you also get to know what is data science. At the same time, the other people also will see in what other activities data science is getting applied. All right.
Sure.
So data science is a skill of different combinations of subject. 1 second, guys. Let me put it to hide this one. Yeah. So it's a skill of combination of mathematics, statistics, and computer science. Computer science means any programming skills. Okay. And some part of data pre-processing. Hope people in some different areas will call it as data pre-processing, data cleaning, data merging, data munging, okay, data extraction. There are different namings are there. All are similar to the same, okay, and domain expertise and machine learning. So I focus a little bit about telling about machine learning and math statistics importance. And domain expertise that we cannot explain anywhere. So those things should be learned based on the experience and where you are working. Where you are working, their domain you should be learned. It's not been discussing anywhere or not been totally explained. We will discuss. I'm going to cover the different domains. Like sometimes I will take an example of insurance. Sometimes I will take in an example of banking. Sometimes I will take an example of pharmaceutical industries. All right, so that I should cover everything. That's what my opinion. But when you working in the real world, you will be specifically strict towards one specific domain, and you will be you need to improve the knowledge in that area, specific area. All right, so that is what domain knowledge is required. And yeah, so what is data science? A skill of extracting the knowledge from the data and using knowledge to predict the unknown. This is what I said yesterday, to predict the unknown cases from the previous knowledge. That means from the past history, from the past data, how you are making use and how you are predicting the future. That's what the meaning. Okay, so understanding maths and computer science is common, and there are different ways of data collection is be happening. Now if you see, if you go back 5 years back, 5 years or 8 years back, we don't have much of smartphones, right? So in 2016 specifically, so we had a lot of data has been generated. Do you know why? Let me show you an example. On this one. Yes. Can anyone tell the difference between what is mentioning here?
This was the usage of internet
Daily
in
2
2000.
GB, daily 2 GB data from Geo.
The
So
usage
speed,
of internet has been drastically changed in 2016 and 2017 when compared to last 15 years.
Yes, that is what. Yes. So in the 15 years, we guys have used this, then generated the data this much amount of, and within this short period, within the 2 years, we crossed this limit. So why this was happened? in this specific years, we faced the demonetization effect that our PM has taken the challenge of canceling all the notes by night by itself. And at the same time, this person also started giving the smartphones with the easiest ways, with the cheapest rate, right? SIM cards and all those things. So what happens? Within that short period, we guys are started using YouTube, Google search, Facebook, what are the things are available, everything we made it use it. So that's how the data is getting generated. Now this is up to 2017. Now we are in the 2020, and at the same time we are under lockdown situation. Now you can imagine of how much of data is getting generated. Daily the people who are sitting in the home is not going to sit alone. Definitely he will keeps on using. So the amount of how much you are using, the amount of data is getting generated at the backend. Whatever the single alphabet that you are making search in the Google, the same thing will be saved everywhere in the server. How much of time that you are spending, at what time you are spending, on what search items that you are making in the search engine, everything will be stored. So everything is getting stored means what? You are making a data generation. Please guys, I'm getting some voice. Please go on mute. Yes. Please keep yourself mute. I need to put him the mute. All right. So that is the sources of data is getting generated. So you can imagine of how much data that is. I'm talking about India here. Now you can imagine about how much of data is around us, right? So if you go with that, the technology that how we are making use, the lots of data is getting generated. Like if you see here, the way of making use of e-commerce, social media. Nowadays, the person who are joining in the company, or I mean, at least the person who are educated, how much of they are influenced with the social media and e-commerce, you know it, right? Social media in the sense not only required a Facebook account. Nowadays, everyone will have their WhatsApp account. They are making use of WhatsApp, Telegram. I don't know what are other things are there. And e-commerce is something like now we are making trying to use 100% e-commerce from the last 1 month, 2 minutes, 2 months, na? Yes, and the credit cards and debit cards in malls, grocery stores, in petrol bunks. So every transaction is getting a data. Every transaction that you are making in a small stores also, now you are making a data generation. So if I talking about the banking, you could see lots of changes from last 15 to 20 years. Agree? If we go 90s, we have only one public sectors, SBIs, in banking. Now, how many banks that we have around us? How many private sectors of banks? How many digital transactions are that we are doing? Imagine, I'm talking about individually. If you start thinking of your own, how many transactions that you are making of your own within the 1 month? Just think of yourself and compare with the lots of people of around you. How much of transactions that everyone is making their own? So how much of data is getting generated? Agree? So telecommunications. Earlier we have only one BSNL. Now we have plenty around us. That's what. Now we are also doing the same thing. Now we are making an online transaction. Sorry, online session that we are conducting. So it is also a data generation. Now a video audio call is getting making here. And hospitals. How many hospitals that are around us? Lot of hospitals, right? Earlier we have only government hospitals. Now we have plenty of corporate hospitals. If you go for the entrance itself, every details will be taken there, right? At the entrance itself, reception will start asking for what purpose that you came here, what are the problems, what is your age, who is the patient, is the male or female. If you are admitted, again the case will be different. With what doctor, actual consultant, the doctor is there with you. Okay, what drugs that you are taking, what kind of medicine he's been, what are the other operation and all other charges that is being taken. So everything, the history, there will be it will create an history, total history of the patient. Like that, imagine how many hospitals are there and how much of data is getting generated again. Yes, and media. I don't comment on the media. How many channels that you have now? Almost 500 plus channels. We have only one Doordarshan long back. Now we have for each category we have 10, 15 channels, right? For sports channels only we have 15. For entertainment channels we have some 40, 50. News channels some around 40, 50. You can imagine. You need to click on the channel for number. It will take 30 minutes to run up all the channels for one by one. Agree? Yes. So that is what. So the large amount of data when we are generating at the back end, we are trying to focus on those data. We are trying to make use of data. So here the thing is how to make use of those data. That is what the corporates, all the industries, from all the different regions, okay, are started thinking that when we are getting lots amount of data from our own backup, okay, so why can't we make use it? Why can't we make use it? And is there any way that it will help us to growth my business? Is there any way to help us to growth my business? That's how data science is coming to the picture. So that's why I said yesterday in my class, what I said, data science is not about just 5 years or 10 years. It was there from the last. Basically, I'm as a person of, I worked for the company of TNS, which is a market research. Okay. So what these people has to do, 15 years back when I joined in that as a data analyst, these people don't have that much of data at that moment, 15 years back means, okay. So what the people has to do, they has to collect the data from the different sources, and they has been working, they has been collecting the data of the related to the products, and they will make some survey. They want to understand how the public will like my product or not, how the public is liking my product or not. If the people are liking my product, they will launch up many more things to their brand, from their brand, okay. And they will make some analysis, and they will generate some reports, and they will be sending those reports to the client. And based on the conclusions, based on the values, percentages, what it is being displayed in the reports, they will take the conclusion to the next level. That is how. Okay, I will tell in a deeper way when I am in the regular classes. So what actually, and what I will show you some more projects which have been done long back. Okay, don't worry. So let's come back. Let's come back. So here also we are doing the same thing. A scientific process of converting raw data into knowledge. A scientific process means, yeah, here we are using some technology. Like I just said, Python will be there, machine learning will be there, or some other process will be there. Okay. Data science involves finding patterns. Yes, I need to understand this data can be utilized in what ways. This data can be utilized in what ways. All right, guys. So that is what the meaning of data science. So there will be some step-by-step procedures will be there. How the application will be generated, how the model can be deployed. So what is model? I will tell you. Okay. So how the raw data will be there. From the raw data, how you are pulling the data, and what the data preparation that you are doing, and how a creation of algorithm will be happen. I'll tell you what is this algorithm, and how you are making use of this model, and how you are deploying it, and how it is sending to the client. It's a step-by-step process. Let me go with the step-by-step process, so that, yeah, the other people also can understand what are those steps. So different people will have different way of making the step-by-step process. I experienced what I learned and what I have seen. Based on that, I also derived this step-by-step process of any project lifecycle. So here I mentioned with the 10 different steps. 10 different steps. So depends upon the project what I received from the different clients. Okay, so I will follow these steps. So what requirement my project it is demanded, based on that I may stop the project by some around 4 or 5 steps only. Sometimes I may end up with my project with 8 steps only. Sometimes I may close with the 10 steps. Sometimes I may extended the steps to some 11 or 12. Able to understand this? Depends on the questions what the client is asking to me. It will be categorized. It will be categorized. So how does this going to be happen? So now we have seen the picture. What is the picture? That Airtel, sorry, not Airtel, that is Jio. Yeah, when Jio is launched in the market, who is the actual competitor is influenced on this Jio market, guys? Tell me. Who is the actual competitors are influenced in telecom? I'm talking about when Jio is launched because of Jio.
Airtel, Vodafone,
Yes,
Yeah,
Airtel, Vodafone, yeah, Idea, Vodafone cannot make the run business individually. Finally, they made it to one part, right? That's how. So let's imagine Airtel is our competitor. Now, Airtel has been seen from the last 1 month because of Jio or some other thing. People are leaving the services. That means I am losing my customers from my network. If I don't stop losing the customers from my network, okay, finally after 6 months, no one will be there in my network or not. Everyone will be left. If I don't change any requirements according to the business industries, according to the public demands, finally people will be leave the services. You know, there is a company called Nokia, right? Long back, Nokia is the person who started the cell phones technology, 2000s. Now there is no name called Nokia because the other companies are overlap. Agree? And there is no person is talking about Nokia nowadays. We are just running on Samsung or LG or Apple, iPhone. These are the things. That's what happens. If you don't, yeah, if you don't stabilize your company business in the real world, so you will be somewhere gone out. That's what. So here also, Airtel is also facing such a biggest issue because of market of Jio. So he don't want to lose his customers, and he could see. Let's imagine every day thousands of people are leaving the services. In generally, Airtel contains, let's imagine, crores of customers. Agree? Definitely, we will have crores of customers. We have 130 crores of customers here. Definitely, some 10 crores of the customers related to Airtel only. Agree with us, guys? So definitely, will be have. So I could say daily thousands of customers are leaving my services. So I am not sure exactly what could be the reason. What could be the reason that people are leaving the services? I'm not sure. So, but still, I need to find out some solution. I need to stop my people at any cost. I need to stop my people at any cost. But the question is, how? So how the things are going to be happening now? He doesn't have the technical skills or any technical expertise in area because of what reasons, what to be done, what not to be done. Okay. So what he will do? He will give a project to one of the company. This is how the real-time situation is going to be happening. Okay. This is how the real-time situation is going to happen. So he needs a solution maker to understand who is, I mean, in the next minute, in the next day, how many customers and what are those customers? Who are those customers specifically? Who are the customers are may leave at any time? If I am able to realize that out of lakhs of customers, so and so thousands of customers are going to leave at any time, I will do something for them. Instead of leaving them directly, if I give some kind of offers so that they will be stabilized in the same net. So I need to try to understand who are the actual customers. They may leave at any moment. Clear, guys? Yeah, this is the problem. So what they will do, they will give and assign a project to some, let's say, my office. So they approach to some corporate. They are told about this issue, and one company has been taken this challenge. This is how, let's imagine. Yeah, this is a office of TCS, Cognizant. All these companies are what doing this only, na? IBM, Genpact. So these are the corporates that people have taken a project from the Airtel. Let's imagine. So every project, every business is interlinked, guys. Those discussions also I'm going to discuss. Why I should interlink it with some other company. Those discussions also going to be happening in the coming classes. Let's not worry. So this is my office. Now what we'll do here, there will be a different companies, they have different teams, but I will distribute this thing into two parts. So let's imagine it's a major biggest team. Okay, so here these people, another sub team here, okay, in the office. So these guys and these guys will start understanding the problem of Airtel. So definitely there will be some here to 3 to 4 people, or here to from 5 to 6 people will be get to know that some project is coming from the some client. So we need to understand the project specifications, assignments, what are the problems, what they are expecting from you, because data science is about now understanding the other person's problem. If I am able to understand what is my clients are expecting from me, it is easy for me to develop my business. The same way, even in our case also, if I am able to understand what my students is exactly expecting from me, if I am able to understand what is your requirements, and if I develop the same thing in front of you, so definitely our business also gets able to understand this. In general terms, I am telling of anyway. Okay, yeah. So here also my focus. So I show the project. So here these are the, so what these people, this team is called here big data engineer or big data architect. Hope you have heard about these names in the data science area. These guys are called as big data engineer. So what these people will do, they will use some technologies here again. There are plenty of technologies again here, like Hadoop is there, Scala, and here also Hive, yeah, Hive, and there is a MongoDB, something MongoDB, something is there. There are, yeah,
MongoDB.
yeah, MongoDB. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
exactly aware of those because I'm not in this area, guys. I'm not in this area. Yeah, just I'm
Cassandra.
giving awareness. Yeah, yeah, Cassandra, Mango, Cassandra. There are many things are there. All the different terminologies, technologies. What these technologies are doing is they will process working on a big data. So what is this big data? Let's imagine. Yeah, it's a transaction histories, or it's a customer histories of total Airtel. So from that, let's imagine Airtel is launched in which year? Any idea? Around, I'm not sure. I'm just telling a word. Maybe 2000, 2002, 2000. I guess so. So almost 20 years of history they will have. So from the 20 years, how many clients they could have, and how much of data has been generated. So definitely those data will be saved in the somewhere in the server or not. Somewhere it will be saved in the some data center. Now long days, if you go 10 years back, we don't have that cloud platform at that moment. Okay, 15 years back I'm talking. Okay, so what the industries will do, everything, whatever the projects they have done in their area, they will be put into a hard disk in the local servers. From that, whenever that hard disk getting filled up, they will remove that hard disk, they will put a new hard disk there, and this hard disk will be stored in the somewhere in the banks. That is how the process. So later what happened, now the cloud computing is coming into the picture. There is not required putting into hard disk again. Everything is making saved in the cloud. That means like it is a cloud is a biggest service industry, which all your data will be saved in one place. If one bomb is attacked on the cloud-based data center, the total world is collapsed. I'm just telling, but yes, that's all. Okay, so let's come back. This is in a customer service. I mean, all the 20 years information which is stored. So how the data can be here? You can imagine a lot of data. It could be a 1000 terabyte data. I can imagine, because it's a biggest data. That's why, see, why call as big data? Big data means not only in the terms of capacity of the data, in terms of complexity also will be called as big data. You would understand, guys? So why called as people as big data? Because it's not only in terms of volume of the data, the size of the data. No, it is also, it should have also contains complexity. When it becomes more complex, now you can't make it to process an easiest way. It's not easy to process the such a complexity data. So that's why these technologies have taken over. These technologies are helping us to, yeah, process this a large amount of data. Because let's imagine your system. How much of capacity is your system? 500 GB of hard disk, okay, 8 GB of RAM. But if I take this total 1000 terabyte data into your system, will your system supports to run? Will its system able to process this data, this much of data? No, no. That is the problem. That is the problem. So what this technology will do, this technology will pull this data set from here. They will take the connections from their permissions, either paying or not paying. It's their headache. Okay, and they will make into some partitions. They'll make into some partitions. Okay, let me put like this. So this is what called as actually clusters. So this 1000 GB of data, they will make into a small pieces. They'll put into a standard format to such that I can run that data into my system easily way. So they'll make this clusters. That means they will partition the data into some 1000 parts. 1000 GB data now, let's say 1000 TB now, let's say, yeah, 100 parts are depends upon the requirement. Yeah, they'll make it into clusters. This is called clusters. Clusters is not making a small partitions, small amount of data. Is it clear, guys? So this is their job. It is also one of the challenging job in the area of this data science area. Some people are interested or working in this area also want to jump into the data science area. Some people who are learned here also really want to go and explore this also. It's a good time for them. Yeah. All right. And let's come back. Let me complete up this one, then I'll take up another point there. And from here, so here another team will be there. Yes, data science, or people will also called as data analytics. All right, analytics. So what these people will do, what this team will do, they will collect the data. Collect the data. And they will start analysis. Okay, and they will take some solution, and they will come up with some conclusion or solution, however you take. And yeah, they'll derive something here. This is how the process. That means their job, your job is how to collect and read the data from the server. Once you collected the data, what analysis that you do and what conclusion that you are doing. This is what. But so the collecting the data and making into the conclusion, it's not a big deal. You can just write some code, you will get the data. If you are using Python, you need to write some code, you need to collect the data. It's not a big deal. Okay, and finally coming to the conclusion and explaining, here you should use your what do you say, good explanatory skills that you should have, how to explain the things, what you have learned, what you observe. The total problem that you will be covering most of the time, that how much of time that you are going to spend here is on the analysis part. What is this analysis? So to get this analysis properly understanding, yes, that's what I said. Yeah, you should have all this statistics and mathematics, computer science, and machine learning, deep learning. So all these the things which I have told yesterday. So you are using R or Python depends on the which industry that you are using. Yes, in the recent days, Python is leading the market compared with R. Yes, we will talk in the Python. All right, guys, that is what happens. That is what happens. So here, what we are going to do, the analysis part. So let me tell an example so that we connect it properly. So this is, guys, I'm going fast. Anywhere you feel like that? Is that okay? The speed, the tempo which I'm making here, is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You are able to follow, right? I think
Yes.
yes, in the sense making fast or going fast.
okay,
So
that's
when
fine.
you go fast, we'll let you know. Right now, it's okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for telling me like. Okay, fine. So let's imagine here are our customers. These are our Airtel customers. Okay. So customer one, let's imagine this person has using prepaid or postpaid. Definitely. And this is the information that in generally anywhere the minimum information they will have in the service. Okay. And here let's usage data usage. How much of internet usage that he making, and how much of voice calls, how much of SMS charges, how much of STD calls, okay, local calls, okay, how much of incoming, how much of outgoing, and what else? There is a lot of. This is what the minimum location from which area the person is, okay, and age of the person. These are the information they will have, minimum information. Agree? And finally, yeah, the person customer, yeah, I will call him here as churn. Okay, the person who is left from the services, who is not, who is left, who is not, who is left, who is not. So definitely, let's imagine this is the yesterday's track record that I received. I taken some data from the server and I could see, let's imagine this is 1,000 people information, and I could see some people are already left, some people are still using the services. So here when I observe closely, guys, please put yourself mute.
Right, right.
When you speak with me, please after that please put yourself mute so that others should not get this any disturbance. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so what I'm talking here, come back. So here there will be some information be there, like every person how much of data is using daily. Let's say he is using data 500 MB, he is using 50 MB, 500 MB of data he's using, 50 MB, 100 MB, yeah, 250 MB. Depends upon the person to person how much of internet that he is making uses. And voice calls again depends upon the person and his business. If he is a student, the calls will be different. If he is a businessman, the calls will be different. If he is an employee, so there will be some usage of data will be there. How much of that he person is making transactions every day. So what we are going to do? So I will try to understand what are the common aspects here. What are the common problems that these people are still able to continue the services, and what are the problems that this person, that why this person has leaving the services. So there could be some reasons will be there. Let's imagine this person is leaving because yeah he doesn't not satisfied with the SMS, because he is he is making his business is related to the SMS, or else internet. You can also call internet issue. Some people will have signals issues. Most of the issues will coming from signal, right? So this is the this people. I put have reverse or what? I put have reverse. Whatever. Okay. Yeah. So this person, yes, he's churned out now. So yes, he has a signal issues. So this could be a common issue again. Let me put another color. Yes. So or else he doesn't have that proper incoming calls because of signal issues. And this person, this person is not going the, I mean his outgoing calls are not much beneficial. This means his charges, his outgoing charges are very high. Able to understand, guys? And or else some other person who makes more depending on the internet, that is also one of the reason. So there will be some common reasons will be there, that people are leaving the services. Or again I made it here, no? 1 second. Yes. Is it okay now? Yeah. So yeah, let's say yellow color people are just a minute, guys, who are leaving the services. Let's make it as blue color. Okay. Yeah, now this is fine. So who are leaving the services? Those are blue color. So there will be some common reasons will be there. Maybe this person also will have the signal issues. Maybe this person also has the data usage issues. Everybody understand? So from this all columns, from this all this data, I want to construct a formula which helps me to identify the people who are ready to live in the next data sense, in the next moment. So from the 5 people only, what I will do, I will design a constructive formula. The formula can be like this. If you remember a formula that we have discussed in our 7th class mathematics, is a straight line equation. That is what called mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c as an equation that we have learned. But many of the people from us, we are not aware about where this practically getting applied in the real world. So we are going to discuss this thing here. So how this y is equal to mx plus c is making and solution for us in this example. Okay, so this thing is going to help me to construct a formula of so and so reasons. So this will help me. Let's imagine this is the 5 people information. So what I said, from the biggest data we are taken some only 1000 people. So here from 6, 7, 8, 9, there will be another customers will be there or not. So this formula will help me to identify that out of the next 5 people who may leave the services and who are not leave the services. If I am able to understand that tomorrow, yeah, this person can have a high chances that this person may leave at any moment, what I will do? Being a Airtel customer, being a Airtel owner, so I will give directly. I'll try to understand, yeah, because of this so and so specific reason, this person may be leave at moment, because the symptoms that I could see in the past 5th customer, the similar kind of symptoms I am seeing in the 9th customer also. So chances are very high that the person who left from the past history and in the tomorrow's history, tomorrow's data, this person also can leave at any moment. So how this is what to be going to be happen. So what I do, I will construct a formula here in the analysis part, and I will provide this in terms of our app, or if it could be a algorithm that I have done from here, my angle. So let's imagine I generated this kind of a working machine, an algorithm. Algorithm means what here? The model. Generally, in statistical language, we'll call them as model development. Okay. In machine learning, when you go in the deep subject of our classes, specifically when we add up a little bit more advanced mathematics and other computer science, so here I'll call as algorithm. This is a traditional language. Model development is a traditional language, and algorithm is the people using currently. So both are same, a little bit differences is there? What are those differences in between model and algorithm that we'll discuss in the coming classes? Not now. What are those differences? I will tell you in the coming classes. All right, guys. So here, this kind of mx plus c equation I will going to develop here on my database. Like this. So what I'm going to do? Yeah, every day I'll put into a run. Now, once I done it is once it is ready, I will put into a compiler. I will put into a run. So daily data will be collecting from here to here. Let's imagine daily 1,000 people from here to here, from here to here, and it will generate some results. Okay, and it will tell you from 1,000 people, yeah, who is living and who is not living. It will make separated like this. It will, yeah. Of course, not everyone will live. The green color portion will not live, and the red color portion, pink color portion is relatively Airtel. So what happens now? Airtel, when I give this information to the client, my client Airtel, so what they will do? They will apply the benefits or offers, okay, whatever they have, and why, whatever the reason that the people are leaving, I will provide that all the verification and solution. So based on that, they will take some decisions and they will upgrade their features. What the existing features they have, they will upgrade it and they will make a solution to that all these pink color people. Able to follow, guys? Once it is done, what happens? Now the idea of that, whatever that you have in your mindset about these people, about the ninth person customer kind of people, the idea that you might have that yeah, I also need to leave these services, I also need to go for the Geo because Geo is giving a lot of opportunities, benefits. So when you're getting the same kind of benefits with the same kind of offers in the same Airtel, now your mindset will start thinking another way. Why should I go when I'm getting the same kind of quality everything from my own SIM card? Then why should I change the network? Why should I take that risk again? So will you change? Will you drop your mind? So will you drop your idea from your mind or not? Once you have dropped your idea, I saved a customer in my area or not? Once I'm successful in saving my customer in my area, I am able to successfully run the business or not? Is it clear, guys? That is what a data science project is doing. I just told, explaining about the how, yeah, a business can be manageable, how a business can be stabilized, how a business to be balanced. Now imagine the things of whatever the sources that we have around with all other industries, how they are balancing of their own industries. Definitely every industry, every business will have some ups and downs. Some problems will be there, some solutions will be there. So we as a data scientist, we are trying to help to find the solutions for some other industries. That is what the job that we are doing. Is it clear, guys? Everyone?
Yes.
Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
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 Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Any questions up to here, guys? So here there are a lot of roles and responsibilities, job opportunities are there around this total platform. As I said, yeah, if you are learning about these technologies, yeah, you will be called as like this big data engineer, big data architect. Now we are calling as big data engineer, big data architect. Before Hadoop, Scala, all those things, now there are some other local servers. The people were just as a local administrator, local some system engineers. Now what these people are doing, now they are trying to come out their own individual area and they are trying to learn of these areas. Now these people called as, here also we have a good amount of what do you say, salaries, good amount of salaries we have.
Yeah,
And yes,
Advait,
yes,
one doubt
yes,
here.
yes.
See, when let's forget about this data science and data analysis. Okay, go to the
Yeah.
left, this big data part. See,
Okay.
if we are using the machine learning library directly on the data of, suppose, big data, directly on the big, Right
Hmm.
now, big data is also coming with machine learning libraries, right? Instead of
Yes,
going
yes,
into our town, I'm
yes,
coming
yes,
with Spark. We have our
yes,
own
yes,
library called machine learning MLib,
yes,
Spark MLib.
yes, yes.
So if you're doing it here in the left hand side, up,
Hmm.
and then after doing the model analysis, we're putting the
Hmm.
data into Cassandra or MongoDB.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right. So what we call this kind of profile is big data engineer, big data architect, plus the Spark MLib library, the person who is well aware of all these libraries. So
See,
what we call
actually, yeah, I understood. I understood. You are working or your friends are working in this area. So
actually
yes,
I'm
some
working
of the
with
industries, yes,
data
some of the
also.
industries are internally in this architect only. Everything is able to pull up. That's I
Yes.
agree with that. Yeah, that is what happening also. I agree with that. Yeah. So here also we can call as a data scientist. But the question is, it's not about the how we call ourselves. It's the point of how your company give a designation to you. If they give the designation as a big data engineer, so you cannot change now. If they give the designation as data scientist, then it will be okay. Maybe you are maybe in some area you work everything here, but they will call as a just a normal system engineer. That is what happens. So those designations will be depends on the company to companies, organizations to organizations. But the kind of profile that what we are doing here, the skill of knowledge that what you have, that makes an understanding to that other person that how much I can make you work in my own area. Let's imagine you came for an interview for my place, and you are saying about that what the technology that what the learnings that you have done from the last 5 to 10 years, and you are explaining in the brief. Now I should realize anyway this person is having a good grip on the all the technologies. So does he will be helping anywhere in my industry to the my requirement or not? If your experiences definitely will makes suitable to my requirement, definitely I will pull you. So but there will be some hierarchical structure in my own area. So what will be the level that I need to give here? So so guys, listen always, remember always. So depends upon that industry to industry, they will categorize the profile name as data scientist or junior data scientist. So that's what I'm going to tell here. So here within the industry, so as I said, big data architect, or people also called as data analyst. Of course, I am focusing on this area again. I am focusing this area. So data analyst is there, business analyst will be there, yeah, and data scientist or junior data scientist, okay, senior data scientist, or else data consultant. Now we are listening about this what do you say, scientist, but this thing is happening from the last decade. That's what I'm talking. We are new to this field and we are able to realize what is this, but it was happening from the last decades, but we are not known. So data consultant or senior data consultant, these are all the designations that different industries they have. If I try to look deeply what kind of profile that you are working and what kind of projects that you handle and what the characteristics that your project contains, then as a business person, I mean as a hiring person, I need to realize, yeah, your profile is almost related to my profile, I can hire you. So those explanations should be given from your end only. Those explanatory part is required from your end, because you will tell, you can mention like this, saying that the similar kind of profile as a data scientist that people are doing, I'm also doing the same thing, but my designations looks like this because my company's requirements and they're mentioning and they are making these designations from the last some years. So I cannot change the designation, but the kind of profile which I'm dealing here will be almost 95% same. So you
Yeah,
need to
because
come up, yeah.
why I ask this question is I'm almost doing the 70% work like data engineering, complete
Mm,
data I'm doing. On
mm,
top of
mm.
that, I'm using the Spark Emblem to do all this regression
Yes, yes.
algorithm, but still
Mm,
they are they are providing us the designation of data engineer. So that's why my confusion.
Yes, so that's what depends upon the industry because you can't ask go and please change my designation. Otherwise I will leave the services. If you ask like that, people won't agree because it is the decision taken by the hierarchical HR team or the person's vice president or CEO, the people who are taken. So it is not in our hands to say that shall I call myself as data scientist or shall I call as a data engineer. So don't look out for the designations. That's what I suggest for you. Don't look out for the designations. Learn on the subject, learn on the technical skills, improve your skills, and put yourself in the market. Tell up everyone, explaining that what kind of profile that you can do, so that other persons can analyze your skills, other persons can understand your confidence. Based on that, they can give you the chance. So don't worry. So either they call you as a data engineer or data whatever the designation is, but don't worry, because more or less when you explain about the project details, how much that big things that you have done in your area, definitely chances are high. Definitely chances high, because any HR, let's imagine any HR from the Naukri, they are only not looking the say just let's say a data scientist. They will keep on the searching words as data scientist, machine learning developer, Python developer, data consultant, data analyst, business analyst. These are the specific words they will put into a search engine. So once they put into a search engine, they will come up with some hundreds of resumes list. People will be getting out. Definitely your name will be also come from to that list, because your profile contains all these technologies, right? So machine learning, like Spark, what you've done, or some other regression techniques, what you learned, those all things all will be come out. So once they try to, again, from 100 resumes, which is the best, they will try to call you and ask you what actually function working that you are doing, which functions are that you are making using, and is it related to my manager requirement or not, because HRs are not know exactly the technical what things. So they will try to match up the words according to the requirements coming inside from the company, and according to the from the Naukri database what they have taken out, they will try to match the words. If they have a doubt, they will call you and ask you exactly what profile that you are trying to what profile that you are exactly working. So those similarities is happening. So what happened? Your list, your resume gets shortlisted. That is how the process. So that means what you need to do, what you need to concentrate. I think you are Vikas, right? The question is from Vikas, right? Yeah. So because what you need to do, once you completed this course, put up the terminologies. I mean the what you learned in this 4 months of course. So those things you need to highlight in the resume, so that your resume, chances of your resume should be catched by the HR will be higher. I'll tell you in the coming classes how to improve, how to prepare your resume, and how to put up your resume should be on top with a proper preparation. So those things will be discussed in the coming classes. Don't worry. All right. Yes. So any questions from guys? So for this specific problem, I told you just this is why it's called MX. So this is not exactly perfect formula. I just told you, because to make you understand, I told is y is equal to mx plus c, but indirectly we are in the statistics actually we are going to develop this kind of equation. This kind of equation. So how this equation is getting developed, that is what we are going to work. So to make you a small awareness, I told a small word, mx plus c is a small word, but here we are going to construct a big this similar kind of this equation to this kind of equations. What are these things? We'll tell about in I will talk about this thing in the regression classes. So going forward, in my next week, what I'm going to do is my way of step-by-step explanation will be like this, guys. So for the first week, I'm not going to touch up any Python or any other technology. Even in machine learning also I'm not going to discuss. I will discuss only the statistics, proper basics only. Okay. So because I have seen some your previous videos, I mean it is going a bit fast. The way it was going a bit fast is not a digestible for me itself. I don't know how much of the people are perfectly understood in the past 5-6 classes. I don't know exactly. So I'm not convinced with the way of the explanation what is happened with you. So I want to go with a proper design, the art of making learning. That is what I want to make with you. So please be patient with me for some more time so that you can get a perfect tuned knowledge. So I'm going to make your brain tuned. You know what is tuning, right? Tuning means what? In generally, this tuning is we'll use when we specifically use radio. So 20 years back when we have the radio, 40 years back, 30, 40 years back, yeah. So there is a pointer will be there on the radio, and I need to make it change that because I need to put in the right number. Then only the quality of the sound. Even if you check in your mobiles, if you put the right number on it, the FM quality will come out with 100%. Right. That means what? Where I need to put that exact number so that I will get the perfect quality output. That is what the tuning. So here also I want to make it in you guys into better tune, okay, in a such a way that your understanding should be on the 100% way. That is what I'm going to do. So please be cooperate with me for next 5 days so that I will give a proper basic statistics basics. Then after that, yeah, because to get the machine learning only, I will take some 15 days at least, because I need to talk some basic statistics. I need to talk some little bit of Python. Even Python also, it is going very faster basis. The way of because I could see from out of 10 people, only 3 to 4 people have been understood the Python basics. The rest of the people, even they're not asking any questions. So the questions they are not asking means they are not either they are completely understanding, either they are not at all understanding. There are two possible, right? Either they are not at all completely understanding, either they are completely understanding. So I'm considering they are not at all understanding. So even the programming language also, we need to make it better tuned. So I don't make bore talking the similar words, but what has been missed in the previous classes, I will concentrate on those more. Is it okay, guys? What has been missed in understanding, because the way of explaining to a kid will be different, the way of explaining to the trained person will be different. The way of explaining to the experienced person will be different, the way of explaining to the fresher person will be different. So I will go with the way of explaining with the fresher person, so that both the people will have an advantage. Is it okay, guys? Hope that's make best for you. Hope that's make best for you. Because yeah, I am in the field of from last 3 years in the teaching area. So I can give the best. More than 300 people, 350 people I have done the training classes for the each different people. So every batch will have 10, 15, 20 people that have done from the last 3 years. So 30 batches are already closed successfully from the different institutes from the Hyderabad. And yeah, so I recently collaborate with this Geek Institutes. So yeah, the same kind of explanation. So it is taken 1 or 2 days time for me to understand their requirements, what they are actually talking about. Based on that, yeah, the structure will be. But the subject-wise explanation, I will get into the, let's say, imagine. So if someone is not clear with the today's topic, so I am not going to turn up the next page and I will run out. No, I'm not going to compromise with those kind of explanation. I will make sure that every 10%, all 10% should properly understand in my class. Then only I will get to the next level. That is how I'm going to teach. I'm not bothered about the hours of explanation. I'm bothered about the 100% that is required. I mean, 100% of explanation that is required to feed into your mind. Is it okay, guys?
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
expecting. I mean, I hope the people also will expect the same thing from me also, I guess so. Is that okay? Yeah. Any questions, guys?
Yeah.
yeah, Advait, one doubt here.
Yes,
Whatever
yes.
model we will develop, right?
Yeah.
So all this model we will deploy in local, or one two demo you are also going to give for cloud also?
No, maybe not possible on the cloud basis. I'll tell you how the structure is going to be happen. Say end of the story. I'll tell you how the structure is going to be happen, because if I want to put up into cloud, I need to take the permissions from my company. So which is not possible. So if they are came to know that I am making their internal business and making some money in outside, they will simply throw me out. Okay,
Okay.
please understand for that thing, but I will tell you that how the structure is going to be happen, so that you will have a proper balancing. I'll tell you some real-time scenarios, explanations, and all those things, because these things are getting recorded, and it is not, even it is not correct that yeah, making show of business in other, I mean outsiders, it is not the right way, right? But that I will make it the proper visualization how it is going to be impacted on the cloud and all those things. Is it okay, guys? Yeah, any questions from anyone?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes.
Uh, as per like data analytics, we are using like lots of different databases, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So can we get that picture that with different databases, how we can use that with the code flow?
Yeah, we'll get that. With the code, you will get it. Don't worry.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Yeah, the coding part I will make you sure. No issues. Yeah. Any more, guys?
So
So
right now,
yeah, yes, yes, Vikas.
right now, my doubt is in our training program, right? The data extraction part. Are we starting directly from data taking from text or Excel, or we are going to connect with some databases?
No, I'm not going to connect to the databases. That's what I'm talking. I'm not going to connect the databases. I will tell you that how the data is extraction is done. After data extraction, what you are going to do. Because
Okay.
understanding, pulling the data and again making on the analysis, is it a, I mean, it's a large amount of time that we are putting here.
Yes,
So
yes.
extracting the data with connecting the servers, again, that's what, it's an illegal issue that will be happens. Okay, so I'm not concentrating at how the extraction, the after receiving the data, how to implement it and what the steps are internally that we are going to take, those discussions I'm going to make sure 100%. So at the same time, yeah, I will provide the required code how to extract the data from the different databases, so that the code will be helpful to you. Is it okay?
Okay.
So my explanation will be like this, guys. So let's imagine for the first 15 days, yeah, only basics I'm going to cover, proper injection that in your mind. After that 15 days I mean to say, and after that, yeah, I will enter into the actual machine learning world. Okay, and in between this gap, yeah, some of the Python basic sessions will be happens. Okay, some of the Python basic sessions. Once I started machine learning part, then it will be like this. So in machine learning, again, theoretical discussion plus the practical calculation, how it was happening with pen and paper, and the coding part of Python. Because now you got basics of subject, the basics of subject and basics of Python. So now you will enough understanding of how to write practically or in coding, how to write your mathematical calculations in coding. In between this gap, I will also explain how the mathematical portion that is calculated at the back end. Those discussions also will be done. So here, let's say, yeah, concept 1, concept 2, concept 3, concept 4, concept 4, concept 5. Like that, it will keeps on doing, keeps on doing. So where the, what kind of problem and what kind of example that you are dealing, based on that you are choosing the different machine learning concept, because every concept will be not suitable for every data set. So your job is to find out what That's what you are going to be trained. You are going to be trained in a such a way that for what is my inputs it is received to me, based on my inputs received to me, what action to be taken. So I will have a lot of concepts here, but which is the best concept to be suitable here? Those discussions I'm going to. Let's imagine. Guys, you are getting late. I can take, shall I take 2 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll close it fastly. Just 2 to 3 minutes, please wait. Yeah. So this is imagine this is what called in mathematics we'll call as rings. Remember rings. In functions, there is a concept called rings, functions, domain, range. Able to recollect something? Yeah. I'll just tell you what is going to be happen. This is value 1. My x values I given as name as x, and I have the value giving as yes as a 1, 2, 3. Okay, and my y values are like this 1. This is really interesting, guys. Listen. This is how I'm going to explain. So the question is, now tell me, I need to give a proper connection to x and y. So that means I need to write a function. I need to write a function between x to y. Tell me what to be done here. What to be done here? Sorry?
Y equal to y equal to x square.
Yes, that means if I apply something like x square, yeah, so I will get a y values. That means if I apply something an x square, that means I need to apply a function called x square. I am getting a y values. Agree? That is what the thing. Now let's change the y values again. Now tell me what to be done for the next time. Second one. Will the same function be applied here? Sorry. This is yes. Please guys, keep yourself mute. Shiva, Shiva, I'm getting a loud noise on your end. Yeah, thank you.
2x.
2x. Yes, 2x. 2 into x. X plus is also x of works. Okay, but I will take as 2x. That means what? According to the my y values, you are changing the mathematical function or not. If I change my y values in another way, again you will change this mathematical function. That means what? Depends upon how my y values will be there, you are changing your mathematical function. So if here this functions is not existed functions, it is you created. If I put 2 into x, I'm getting the y values. If I put x into x, I'm getting the y values. Similarly, here, this is going to be my y values. I'll tell you again in my machine learning classes properly. I'm just giving a small introduction. Okay, this is my y values and these are my x values. Now I need to design a formula between my x and y values so that the connection should be properly happen. The connection between x and y should be properly. So what function to be applied in between my x and y value so that it gives a proper y value. Let's say tomorrow what I'll do, I'll put here 4. Now what it should generate, I don't know y value. That is what my client is asking. If I give 4, what will be my y value? So if I'm using 2x, now you will able to, your machine will be able to calculate and tell that yeah, it is a 8. If I change the function, my y value will be also gets changed. Is it how you feel, guys? Is it interesting? So how this connection is going to be happen, that is what we are learning. That is what we are learning. So that's what If I am able to understand what the inputs are received to me, okay, now I need to design such a formula so that my formula will take over, understand it, and construct by their own way, and it will keep on working. It will keep on working. So whenever any issues comes, again you need to change your formula according to the situation. This is what actually machine learning process. I said in a simple words to make you practically understand. But how it is to be happen, those we are going to learn. So as I said, all these concepts now, this linear regression, logistic regression, decision trees, SVM, random forest, even deep learning. So all are doing the same terminology. Nothing changed. All these are that's what I said. We learned long back, but we never implemented it. Now we are going to connect everything. Where we lost our education, where you missed out those classes, and those classes again I'm going to connect you with your real-time situation, with coding as well. Is it okay, guys? Yes. Any questions before I stop?
No.
Yeah, so let's meet up. It's already 8:20. Let's stop for today. We'll meet up again on Monday. Yeah, so please come up with a fresh mind. No need to read any material for time being. Please remember, no need to read any material for time being. Just follow the steps the way of how I am explaining, and learn the things only which I explained. No need to run and jump out the advanced topics, so that other people won't understand what the discussion is happening with me and other person. If you're asking some advanced question, the other people won't understand what's happening between you and me. So just go through the things which we discussed. That's enough. If you have any advanced question, you can talk to me personally. You can call me any moment. You can WhatsApp me. We can talk personally many more. No issue.
Sir, for statistic, are you going to give any material?
For statistic?
Yeah, are you going to provide any PPT or material?
Yes. I have lot of things. That's right. I have a lot of things to share with me from my end. All the PPTs, Word documents, PDF documents, which is already prepared, will all be shared everything to you. Apart from that, I will share some more books, which is best referred. At the same time, I suggest make your own notes as well. Make your own notes. That is, I mean, because why I'm asking is the way you write off your own one time or two times, na? So it will directly feed into your mind. How much time if I explain, you will remember at that moment. After that, you will forget. If you write one time with your own hands, na, pen and paper, na, so it will directly connect to your mind. Whenever you revise after 1 month, na, once in a while, yes, you will be able to recollect. Yeah, this is what we discussed. This is what I know. That's what I suggest. So notes for the here which I am dealing with, so I'm going to write the notes of my own here. At the same time, the other PPTs also will be shared. Everything will be shared. All right, guys. Yes. So let's stop for today, guys. We'll meet up in another session again on Monday. If any update, we'll keep update in the WhatsApp. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.